yeah, probably who's ever listening to this, you won't be getting it on this Tuesday of January 26th, but this is the day that we are recording it. And let me speak my piece before we really get into it. In the media world, today is the memorial and remembrance of Kobe Bryant and his daughter's unfortunate passing. But, 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 it is imperative. It is extremely significant and important that nobody who is a fan or follower of Kobe Bryant or friend or family member of Gigi forget that Kobe Bryant and his daughter was not the only two people on that plane when that plane crashed and it died. So do not forget that Gianna Altobelli, Keri Altobelli, Alyssa Altobelli, Sarah Chester, Payton Chester, and if you can recognize all these people, some of these people had the same last name, so these were actually families on this plane. Christina Mauser and the pilot Ara Zobayan. And so those people also lost their lives on that plane with Kobe Bryant and his daughter and their families, just how Vanessa Bryant and her daughters and the NBA world is mourning, so is the family members of the victims on that plane. So do not forget that. I know everybody, it's social media, and I know social media is extremely jaded. So I know everybody wants to get their post and their retweet off or Kobe this or Kobe that. But and we just really talking about being caring people in this world. It's not just about Kobe Bryant and his daughter. Like I said again, do not forget the people who also were on that plane and lost their lives, and who family members are also going through tragedy and still mourning their loss. So don't forget that. It is imperative that you not forget that. And I think if Kobe, I don't want to say Kobe was alive, but I think Kobe would appreciate people acknowledging the families and the people who are also on the plane with him. So yeah. But with that, yeah, man, I know for me today, I didn't really care about it. And to be honest with you, the reason I didn't care about it is because, like, yeah, you gonna remind me when a great motherfucker died. For me, like I see why. I don't even see why people do it. I understand the gesture and doing it, but for me, that's not the fun. It's like, let's celebrate his birthday. Let's celebrate the day he won a championship or he had the 81 points. But for me, I'm not really trying to be, and I know it's not necessarily it's not a celebration, but I'm not necessarily in like the hype of the remembrance of the day he died, because again, it's like people have seen with Vanessa Bryant, she's told people time and time again, yo, that shit is stressful. That shit is hard to get through when like it's still like, it's still being like put out there on social media and so on and so forth. So like, I know people don't mean no ill will, or people don't mean no harm in like doing it and posting this and that and all the different media conglomerates like paying tribute. But I just think it's like and maybe I could just still be sensitive because it's still like a sore subject for me personally. But yeah, let's like celebrate and remember him on his birthdays and so forth. But like the anniversary of when he died, like I just don't see like how that's like the biggest like catchy let's post all out Kobe to the out of. Yeah, but that's that's just my personal feelings towards it. But yeah, man.
My personal sentiments on the subject. Oh, okay. Well, my personal sentiments on the subject. Hell, man, whenever you can celebrate the man, the late, the great, the kid who did, the man with the plan, the guy with all of the spry and fly and super live moves, man, I feel like you should go ahead and take that opportunity to do it. Rather it be, unfortunately the anniversary of his death, but I do think every day is a causation for celebration, for somebody of his stature, and really for anybody of that note. If you're missing a loved one, who's to say, what day, you want to choose to remember them or live vicariously through them via memory or some sort, like, so I'm really indifferent about, people, making the post, but I do empathize with Vanessa Bryant when she did, Stacey. She didn't really, want teams, doing tribute videos and things of that nature, especially with games being played today. Like, that could just be a bit overwhelming emotionally for the family. So I got what she was coming from that point. But everybody else in the world, people gonna fucking clout chase regardless, and people gonna post, and we live in a very social media driven world now, unfortunately. So, those things are gonna happen. But man, rest in peace to the GOAT, man. Late great Kobe Bean Bryant, man. And Gianna and the rest of the passengers that, lost their lives on that flight as well. Because it wasn't just Kobe and Gianna, like, it was said that was, tragically taken away from us that day. So rest in peace to everybody who, passed away on the helicopter.
Yeah, I already know how this goes in what order. But yeah, man. Honestly, man, I blacked out as far as social media goes. I tried it a little bit, but it was too overwhelming for me personally. I literally would just go and, every 5 posts is Kobe. And it's just one of those things where it's like, me personally, every time I see it, I go back to exactly when I got the news. And it brings me to a dark place to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm pretty sure everybody does. And it's just like, when they celebrate, just like you guys said, to reiterate, when they celebrated his birthday, it was like, okay, we say his birthday is like, that's what's up. It's a celebration. But when it came to this, it was more like, in my opinion, if you're not deep down fan, like, I don't know how you can make it through going through social media. Like, it's like, like, I see how you can, but I don't. Like, I don't see how you can do it. Like, it's a tragic day rather than a celebration, in my opinion. I can see how you can celebrate it, but I can't even get on social media, period, hardly at this moment. So just like you guys said, RIP to the greatest shooting guard. Sorry, Jordan, to ever put the shoes on.
And before the next person go, and maybe it's just a thing, like I said earlier, it's still sensitive, and like this is the 1-year anniversary. I don't know if that would die out as years progress, but maybe it's just that. I don't know.
No, I don't know. This is a fucking asshole. Don't get us canceled, nigga.
Bro, we not gonna get. Hey, you can't get canceled when you building your own stuff.
Yeah, true that. I guess it's different for a nigga
technically you
can,
but go on.
So, I feel like I share Darnell's sentiment, bro. Like, this shit really like bring me to a dark place. But I come out of that when I realize what Kobe lived for, what he stood for, and you know what I'm saying. Like, that makes it more like memorial-esque for me than, you know what I'm saying, a remembrance of a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we take this day to remember that, nigga, you need to constantly have the Mamba mentality. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This so happens to be the day he passed away, bro. But it's really more about remembering that he passed away. It's kind of like the resurgence, like gives people like that one little reminder, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you need to be on it. You need to get with it. You know what I'm saying? This is a great man that we lost. And, you know what I'm saying, life, can be taken away from you, bro. So you need to, shape up. Okay, pumpkin?